Hello, everybody. It's Jenny. I didn't think I'd get to you today, but I have this one class that didn't get booked, and when I noticed it yesterday, I emptied it out so I could make sure I could do a video today. Not because I didn't want to work this time period, but because it's all about you. All right, and yeah, I didn't know if I would get it. I knew I wouldn't get a video in today, and I didn't know when I'd get back. So we're gonna get one in. Here we go. Got on the scale today, and my weight was exactly the same. A little disappointing because I felt really good at the gym as I was like moving about and everything. I got a lot accomplished yesterday. I got a lot of errands done. So I'm like, woohoo, I did some vacuuming, a little extra exercise. Anyone who doesn't think vacuuming is an exercise is crazy. I mean, I swear I can work up a sweat if I keep vacuuming. So, not that I did that much vacuuming. I only did 2 rooms in a hallway. But at any rate, um, so I was really expecting good things today because I didn't have any more chicken left. It's time to make some more. I thought I'd wait for my daughter to get here and then just make it with her so she can see how easy it is and she can make it when she goes back to California. Um, so I had turkey taco, ground turkey made with taco seasoning still left in there. Quite a bit left, in fact, so I really should be eating it so I can finish up the tomatoes that are in the refrigerator before they go bad. And that's all I had. That's all I had yesterday. So the fact I lost nothing is a little discouraging. But you know what? I when I got on the scale, I was really shocked by it. I was almost disappointed it was so high because I knew it wasn't going to be great the next day. So I guess I'm just going to be grateful that I didn't gain. Because a 1.5 loss yesterday was significant, and it was nowhere near that in the middle of the night when I got on the scale. Now, understand I had my sweatshirt on 2 nights ago when I got on the scale, but then yesterday morning, when it said 1.5, I was like, ah! And like my first thought was, let's say it's not quite that much. Because I know I didn't lose that in one day. And tomorrow it's going to make it worse. Maybe I should choose the number I saw on the scale in the middle of the night. And I thought, no, I'm just going to put it the way it is because that's how life goes, right? I might as well share on the days that I do gain and the days that I don't gain but I don't lose. So it's worth sharing so that this is a true representation of the journey that I'm on. All right, so we are at day 25 and I am still at 14.4 pounds. How much longer is this going to last? My bottle is getting almost done of drops. So I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I do have another bottle. I just don't know if I want to crack it open quite yet, but I might need to. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Got my Cleveland Browns representing. Going to the draft today as soon as my daughter, who's in flight right now, coming home, gets here. We're going to head down downtown to Cleveland, have a bite to eat, do the whole NFL experience, check it all out. And there's no rain in the forecast for today. It's going to be chilly. I mean, it's only high of like 51 today, and tomorrow it's going to be 80. It's just like the weather gods did not shine on the NFL this year when it came to draft weather. But I mean, it's not going to rain today, so I'm not going to complain. I mean, we're Clevelanders by and large, greater Cleveland area. So we're used to cold weather. It's just I don't want to put another coat on, so I'm hoping that the sweatshirt's going to be warm enough for walking all around downtown. We'll see. Wish me luck finding parking. Huh, that's affordable. All right. We are going to talk about 3 kinds of fat. The last thing I read yesterday was basically the end of the protocol. Then there's a whole conclusion, but it doesn't really say much of anything. It just kind of talks about the diet in general. So I thought I'd start going back and rereading some of the things that stuck out in the past when I've done them that I think are interesting and bears repeating if you don't want to go back and dig through the protocol to see all of these. So I was going to do like what to eat and all that too, but I thought I'd look it over and make sure that I do it really concisely for you. So I'm just going to do one that I'm just reading straight out of the protocol today, which is interesting because in the introductory paragraph, which I almost read today, he refers to this manuscript as a book. I guess which makes sense because how many pages did I say it had? 60, something like that. I mean, I guess it would be a small booklet, if you will. All right, so we're going to talk about the 3 different kinds of fats today because this is a direct information on how HCG works. So I'm like, I don't understand this. Why is this working? Well, this explains why it's working, and why you can eat so little food. All right, here we go. In the human body, we can distinguish three kinds of fat. The first is the structural fat, which fills the gaps between various organs, such as like a packing material. Structural fat also performs such important functions as bedding the kidneys in a soft elastic tissue, protecting the coronary arteries, and keeping the skin smooth and taut. It also provides the springy cushion of hard fat under the bones of the feet, which without which we would be unable to walk. The second type of fat is a normal reserve of fuel upon which the body can freely draw when the nutritional income from the intestinal tract is insufficient to meet the demand of the body. Such normal reserves are localized all over your body. Fat is a substance which packs the highest caloric value into the smallest space, so that normal reserves of fuel for muscular activity and the maintenance of body temperature can be most economically stored in this form. Both these types of fat, structural and reserve, are normal, and even if the body stocks them to capacity, it will never be called obesity. But there is a third type of fat, which is entirely abnormal. It is the accumulation of such fat and of such fat only from which the overweight patient suffers. This abnormal fat is also a potential reserve of fuel, but unlike the normal reserves, it is not available to the body in a nutritional emergency. It is, so to speak, locked in a fixed deposit, and it is not kept in a current account as are the normal reserves. So this extra fat, the abnormal fat, is kept in a place that just kind of hangs out there. And if the other ones are kind of overflowing and your body needs nutrition, which pulls it in through the intestines, and they're saying, hey, there's no nutrition in here, it doesn't go to those fatty reserves right away. It goes to the normal fat. When an obese patient tries to reduce by starving himself, he will first lose his normal fat reserves. I guess I should have read on for you. It explains it right here. When these are exhausted, he begins to burn up structural fat. And only as a last resort will the body yield its abnormal reserves. Though by the time the patient usually feels so weak and hungry that the diet is abandoned. It is just for this reason that obese patients complain that when they diet, they lose the wrong fat. They feel famished and tired, and their face becomes drawn and haggard, but their belly, hips, thighs, upper arms all show little improvement. The fat they have come to detest stays on, and the fat they need to cover their bones gets less and less. Their skin wrinkles, and they look old and miserable. That's nice. They weren't politically correct in the 60s. And that is one of the most frustrating and depressing experiences a human being can have. Okay. Can we just step back and just acknowledge the fact that this 1960s man is saying that wrinkles and looking old is one of the most frustrating and depressing experiences a human being can have. Could he be more superficial? I thought he was in all of this to make everybody healthy and lose excessive weight, but it seems like he's in it to just make a pretty culture of people who are not fat. All right, enough slamming Dr. Simeons. So, what does HCG do? HCG allows your body to not feel hungry when you take in a significantly less amount of calories, 500 specifically. And it also, knowing that this 500 calories is insufficient, for daily functioning, and that when it needs to get more calories, it somehow forces your body to go to those fat reserves, leaving the structural fat and the normal fat reserves in your body alone, so that you don't experience the kind of side effects as fatigue and sore feet and all that, because of the reducing of the fat around the organs and the foot pads and the important parts that they're supposed to be. How exactly all of that happens, I'm not 100% sure. I do know that when I'm on HCG, I am not fatigued and tired. And if I do, it's because I haven't eaten or I need another dose. I haven't had my food for the day, or I haven't had, or I need to have another dose, and that's really it. I've never eaten the 500 calories in a day and taken my appropriate amount of doses and then been hungry. And let me just say, once again, as I've said 100 times in all my videos, that's not to say I don't want to eat. Being hungry and wanting to eat are two different things. I will want to eat all the time, every day for the rest of my life, even after a Thanksgiving meal. I will be sitting and chatting with everyone for 15-20 minutes at the table, and I'll walk, like I can't even move, so full. And I will get up, and as full as my stomach feels, I will start picking at things that are still out there, and oh, there's little desserts and there's candies and that, and I will eat them. I have issues. I do not just eat when I am hungry. I just eat all the time because I want to eat and I like to eat. That doesn't go away. That's a psychological issue that I'm battling with every day and trying to overcome and getting much better at. Getting much better at. A lot of it is just keeping myself busy, doing other things, creating little games for myself. If I can go this long, then I can have this. If I can do this, I can do this. But I find if I find myself really busy, I could go the whole day without eating and be fine on this diet. I really can. I almost did yesterday. Trying to think what caused me, because I remember thinking I was out and I was running all kinds of errands. It was like 3 o'clock. I hadn't had anything to eat. I wasn't even slightly hungry, and I was just getting home. And I thought, oh, I'm going to take my nap because I'd only had about 6 hours sleep the night before. I'm going to take my nap now and get up and teach my evening classes, and then not eat until the next day, which I was excited about because I was going to go to, because I am going out to eat today, someplace with my daughter. But that didn't happen. Little regret right now, yeah, little regret, because I feel like the scale would have shown at least a minus point 0.1. Of course, without eating all day, I would have been a little disappointed it was only a minus point 0.1. But nevertheless, it is what it is. I hope it doesn't take, usually when I hit like these kind of plateau things, it takes 3 to 5 days for me to start like seeing some weight loss again. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I'm really praying that I don't go 3 to 5 days without starting to decline again, because then that would just make me sad. All right, that's all I have for today. You take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Good luck to you on your diets this weekend, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.